Deuteronomy 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Yasharallah on this side of Jordan, or in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel and Laban and Hazaroth and Dizahab. So what he do? These are the words which Moses spake unto all Yasharallah, all 12 tribes. Deuteronomy 28 and 1. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments, and his statutes which I commanded this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Who is he talking to? All Yasharallah, all the Israelites, not just the southern kingdom and not just the northern kingdom, the northern and the southern kingdom. And what it says, Deuteronomy 28 and 68, and the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bond men and bond women, and no man shall buy thee. Meaning what? No man shall redeem thee. Let's read the NLT. Then the Lord will send you back to Egypt in ships, to a destination I promise you will never see again. There you will offer yourselves to your enemies as slaves. Oh, nope, we ain't giving. Nope. That's wrong. That's wrong. And you people go, you devils go pay for adding it to the words and take it from the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. See, but you see what it says right there in the KJV? Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen, slave men, and bondwomen, slave women. And no man shall buy you, meaning redeem you, but Yahweh Shah. See, it's only who will redeem us out of this. Yahweh is going to send back Yahweh Shai. He's going to redeem us out of this. See, but it says, shall go into Egypt again with ships. So what is Egypt synonymous for? Slavery. See? And who is he talking to that this is going to happen to? All Yasharallah. Not just the southern kingdom. The northern kingdom and southern kingdom. Now, when the northern kingdom went into Assyria, into captivity, did they go into Assyria with ships? No. They walked out of their land and they walked in Assyria, into the land of Assyria with Slakia. They walked into the land of Assyria into captivity, not with ships. When the southern kingdom went into the kingdom of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom, ancient Babylon, did they go selling in there with ships? No, they walked in there. See? They walked in there. So let's pull up this article and read this real quick, and then we go get some more scriptures. But before I do, let me give all honor and praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakaha Kodash, and double honor to the elders and apostles, men of great millstone, and to the rest of the brethren on down teaching and preaching the true doctrine of Yahweh, Bahashim, Shah, Shalom, Bayat, Shah, Dabada, and to the Akim and Akwat that's out there repenting, Shalom to you, Mashmakah, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and also to the speckled bird of our people that's among the other nations, looking like the other nations. Shalom to you, Mashmakah. This is your Hawk Rob coming at you with a quick one. Let me read this article real quick, and then we go get a few more scriptures and end it off. But keep in mind, it said he's talking to all Yasharallah, not just the southern kingdom. Did Native Americans go to Spain on ships. Yes, Native Americans were transported to Spain on ships, primarily as captives or slaves after Christopher Columbus' voyage. For example, in 1495, Columbus sent approximately 550 Native Americans from the Caribbean to Spain. Some were sent as prisoners of war, while others were captured and forced into slavery. Elaboration. Early voyages. Columbus' first voyage in 1493 included taking some Native Americans back to Spain. Enslavement and transportation. Columbus and other Spanish explorers, often Edomites, often enslaved Native Americans and transported them to Spain or other European locations, various destinations. Native Americans were not only sent to Spain, but also to other Spanish colonies and European locations. Persecution and resistance. Many Native Americans perished during the voyages or succumbed to disease or violence in Europe. Some also resisted enslavement and were punished. But you see what it says right there. You see what it says. You see. You see. So I ain't even got to go into no more of that. See. So what did the Most High? What did He pronounce? The judgments against His people. He pronounced these judgments against all His people, all 12 tribes, and not just to the sons of the kingdom. See. Let's go back to the text. Let's grab this. Daniel 9. Daniel 9 and let's start at verse 7. Daniel 9 and 7. O Lord, righteousness belong unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Yasharallah that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee. O Lord, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, to us belong confusion of face, shame, to our kings, to our princes, to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. To the Lord our power belong mercies and forgivenesses, though we have rebelled against him, who? All Yasha'Allah. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, but to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. Yea, all Yasharallah have transgressed thy law. Who? Yea, all Yasharallah, the Israelites, have transgressed their law, even by departing. Therefore, Slakia, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us. Who? All Yasharallah. And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, because we have sinned against him. And he had confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven had not been done as had been done upon Yasharallah. As it is written, what it says, as it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil has come upon us. Who is us? All Yasharallah. Yet we made not our prayer before Yahweh our power, that we might turn from our iniquity and understand thy truth. But the point was, what? Let's go back up to it real quick. Let's go back up into it real quick. And what he says right there in 11, what he say? All Yasharallah. See? And it says what? Therefore, the curse is poured upon us. and the oath that is written in the law of Moses. So what did we read that was written in the law of Moses? Did not we read Deuteronomy 1:1, which was pertaining to all Israelites? Did not we read Deuteronomy 28:15? Did not we read Deuteronomy 28:68? It's talking about all Israelites is going to go through this. So that thing that's written in Deuteronomy 28:68, it ain't just talking about the southern kingdom. It's talking about all all the tribes, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. So that's why I showed that little article or that little script of showing you that the northern kingdom was also taken out of here, out of the place where they was at, so-called Americans, where they came over to, that they might keep the ways of Yahweh, which they never kept in their own land, right? So they came over here and they did what? It was punishment. They had to go through that punishment. So when people be running their mouth talking about, then shut up. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. The same thing that happened to Judah is the same thing that happens to them. See? That's why, matter of fact, I'm gonna go into those ones, but I'm gonna grab this. This is why you got Jeremiah 50, and let's go down to 33, right? Slakia. Jeremiah 50 and 33. That's why it says what? Thus said the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, the children of Yasharallah and the children of Judah were oppressed together. So where would they have to be at in order to be oppressed together? The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Where would they have to be? Wouldn't they have to be together to be oppressed together? So you can't say they was oppressed together, but they was at two different locations. You can't say, oh yeah, Judah, Judah was shipped to the Americas as slaves, but then the Northern Kingdom they was all still in Africa, and that's two different locations. It said they was oppressed together, so they would have to be together in order to be oppressed together. See, now where was Judah brought to? Where was Judah brought to, and it was oppressed by the enemies? Where? They was brought to the Americas to be oppressed by their enemies. So where was the Northern Kingdom at then? They would have to be in the same place, you idiot. You people are stupid. See? And it says what? Thus said the Lord, power of hosts, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, the children of Yasharallah, Northern Kingdom, and the children of Judah, Southern Kingdom, were oppressed together. And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. You see? They refused to let them go. So the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom been oppressed together. Was in the same place of the captivity. See? So when you read and stuff, when you understand anything, you'll know that, okay, not all the Northern Kingdom was taken out of the Americas where they came to. Not all the Northern Kingdom was taken out of here. A mass majority of them were. Just like not all the Judites was taken from the locations where they were. Even when you go deal with our people that was in Spain, Portugal, Ireland, France, Scotland, not all the Judites that was taken out of there. Some of our people made agreements and made things with the damn heathens to do what? To stay in those places. Like you had Jace when they said, okay, I'll submit. When you go into the Spanish Inquisition, just read about it. When you go into the Spanish Inquisition, the Inquisition was made where they didn't ask you no questions or something like that. They came to war against you when they told you, get out of this land if you ain't gonna do this and do that. If you still wanted, you had a lot of our people will fight for their land because they didn't just want to give it up. And guess what? A lot of them was killed. And some of them said, okay, well, I'll submit. Would you want me to convert over to your stuff? And a lot of our people converted over to their stuff. And when they did that, they stayed in those locations. But they just converted. And a lot of our people that didn't want to convert, they were shipped out. Some was killed and some was shipped out. And when they were shipped out to go into what? Barbados as slaves and so on into the Americas. Vice versa for the same thing that a lot of people that was in West Africa. A lot of them was taken out, but not all of them. See? So a lot of our people that came over here to the Americas, Hey, the northern kingdom was shipped out, but not all of them. So you had the southern kingdom here and the northern kingdom still right here in Americas being enslaved by these goddamn devils. And what they do, they pitted us against each other. Had brothers backstabbing each other. Hey, yeah, if you want to do this here, you got to do this and come and help me hunt them down and kill them and do all this shit. You people don't know nothing about history, man. Because you believe these devils. But let's go back to it, though. Right? Let's punch this up. Dealing with that slavery. Because we going to go back into Egypt, shut your asses up. You don't know what you're talking about. And what it says. Exodus 20 and verse 2. I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Who is he talking to? Oh, no, he's just talking to the Jews. He didn't know he's talking to the Israelites. All 12 tribes. You got to keep that in respect. See? And it says what? Brought thee out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Out of the what? Out of the house of bondage. What it says in the NLT. I am the Lord Yahweh, your God, who rescued you from the land of Egypt, the place of your slavery. You see that? So once again, Egypt is synonymous for your slavery. See? So when you get to read the scripture and say, no, instead we was going to go back into Egypt. Why would you have to go back into Egypt with ships when you walked out of there, you idiot? You people are stupid, man. Y'all dumb as hell. You don't want to listen to the truth, but you want to listen to some lies and be comforted by those lies. Well, your ass gonna die. You gonna die off lies. You gonna be killed off believing lies. Didn't the Most High, didn't Yahweh Shem Shah tell your ass to never trust thy enemy? For like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. He said don't trust their ass. Although he go crouching unto ye, take good heed. Hey, don't trust him. You people stupid as hell, man. But you don't want to trust your brethren, but you want to trust the damn devil. Just like right now, you see how people running around and they'll do what? They'll vote for the damn devil and choose a devil to rule over them. But when it comes to your own people, you be, no, I don't like him. I don't like him. He ain't fuck him. And you just against your own people. Motherfuckers trying to tell you the truth, and then you run around picking devils to oh yeah, I'm just gonna pick the devil. The devil, yeah, he's nice. I like him. He got the doggy hair, the pasty face. He got the doggy hair, the pasty face. I like him. But this nigga right here, look at this nigga. This nigga, he look dirty. He got brown skin. He look dirty. Look at him. I don't want him. Y'all just through, man. Through. See? But let me grab this one, though. Lamentations 1 and verse 3. And it says what? Judah is gone into captivity because of affliction and because of great servitude. She dwelleth among the heathen. She findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtook her between the straits. And what did he say? You ain't find no rest when you came over here. You ain't find no rest. Going back to the passage, let's grab it real quick. Slakia in Deuteronomy 28, and let's go up one. Let's go up a few. And what he says right here, Deuteronomy 28 and 64, because it says what? Judah is going into captivity. You ain't gonna find no rest. What it says right here, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which these thou and their fathers have known. And among these nations, plural, and among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the soles of thy foot have rest. And our people ain't getting no rest here, man. No rest. You can say the Northern Kingdom, when they was over here, they had a little rest because they was over here dwelling among themselves. But when these devils come over here, they didn't have no rest no more. They had no rest. And when they got sailed out of here, sailed out of here into Spain, guess what? They ain't had no rest always. Hey, we was getting fucked up and they was getting fucked up. See? These things ain't happen to no damn culture vulture ass Edomites. You out your damn mind? See? But you heard what it said pertaining to what? The Northern Kingdom. It says the European colonists took them into captivity. Who were those European colonists? Edomites. Now let's go here real quick. Just rolling. Just rolling. Amos 1. Right? Amos 1. And I'm going to start at 6. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Gaza, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they carried away captive the whole captivity to deliver them up to Edom. But I will, let's jump down. Verse 9. Thus said Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus. These are Hamites, though. And for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remembered not the brotherly covenant. And what was that? What was that covenant? That what? That they ass was supposed to be the servants of their brothers. Not their brothers was supposed to be their servants. See? That's a part of it. See? But let's grab 11. Thus said Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, who we were sold to, who the northern kingdom was being sold by, and the southern kingdom was being sold by. And for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother, who? We ain't their brothers, but he did pursue the Israelites with the sword, and did cast off all pity. Not just the southern kingdom, the northern kingdom too. And not just the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom too. And his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. You see that? You see? So they through, man. They through. And this judgment is going to come back up on them. It ain't over. It ain't over. So they did this to who? All the Israelites. See? Matter of fact, let me grab that other one too. What is that? Joel. Yeah, but that's just dealing with the southern kingdom. So I don't want to read that. I don't want to read that. And I ain't really want to read the Amos 1 either, but it just popped in the head, so I just wanted to get it. But let's grab this other one. What is that? Jeremiah 3. Jeremiah 3, and I think around 18. Jeremiah 3 and 18. And it says what? In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Yasharallah, meaning the southern kingdom and northern kingdom, and they shall come together out of the land of the north, to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers. Wait a minute. So when we go back into our land, Judah and the southern kingdom is going back into the land together. And where they coming out of? Out of the place of their enslavement together. They're coming out together. And they going back into the land together. See? But you got dumbass people running around talking about, yeah, and see, there was 2,520 years that there was, man, shut your asses up, man. We tired of you people, man. And it's going to be a beautiful day when we get to wrap our hands around y'all goddamn neck and get y'all the beating out of this world that y'all deserve. And our people, hey, the most I going to put y'all to death because you're a bunch of goddamn reprobates. A bunch of reprobates, man. See? But I just wanted to do, put something together just to bring something out through the spirit. We can go into many, many more, but hey, I'll let that suffice because 24 minutes? I'll let that suffice. Ain't no sense to just keep on going. Hey, I'll let it suffice. End it off, giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, Ha, Kodash. Shalom, Yasharallah. Matter of fact, let's grab this one too, while I'm there, since it just popped in. Let's grab this one. And what did Big Bruh say right here? Now, mind you, who was in the land during this time when Yahweh Shah said this? The southern kingdom. And now you had a few northern kingdoms among us, but hey, in totality, it was a southern kingdom among us, right? And what did Yahweh Shah say? And I ain't gonna read up, you'll get straight to the point. What it says? Let's start at 23. It says, "But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people." Who? The Israelites. Preferably of the southern kingdom, because that's who was in the land during that time. And what did Yahweh Shah say? "And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles," meaning the actual heathens, "until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled," meaning until their time is up, until they complete all the things that they got to do. And we in the time that they about to be eradicated out of our land. And the ones that the Most High is going to remain, hey, they going into captivity. You're going into motherfucking captivity. See? But what he said was going to happen to his people? He said his people is going to be scattered into all nations of earth. And mind you, that ain't just talking about you're just a southern kingdom. Yeah, technically the southern kingdom was the only ones in the land at that time. But that still had to happen to all the tribes. The southern kingdom had to be scattered into all the lands of the nations of the earth. And guess what? The northern kingdom also had to be scattered into all the nations of the earth. All of them. You see? So that had to happen to both. See? So our people, man, you don't get it. You just see, oh no, see, and that only happened to Judah. The northern kingdom had to go through it too. They had to go through it too. So a lot of you people need to just be quiet, man. You know, if you don't believe that, if you're an Israelite and you don't believe you're Israelite, okay, go eat a popsicle or something. You know, go eat a popsicle or something. Go sit your ass down there. Stop concerning yourself with stuff that you don't care about. What do you care? What you care that other people is speaking on, or what other people is talking about? If you don't care, go sit your ass down and go suck on a lollipop or something, a popsicle, or go do something other than what you're doing. Crooked ass people. But I'm gonna end it off there, giving all honor and praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Racha Ha Kodash. Shalom Yasharallah.